Last time, on Sinking City, I tell her she's delusional and that my job is to take the mirror. So step aside.
No, you can't. I won't let you.
Rest in peace, my granny, she got hit by a bazooka.
What's your plan?
To find Hammond a body fit for a true-born throne.
Dr. Grant has assigned me to do some field research on the beasts and creatures that are popping up around town. So I go to the residence of a former patient of his, who was vomiting up slime similar to what the monsters leave behind. There's blood behind the counter. I guess that's one way to take your prescription. I make my way to the basement and make two alarming discoveries. The first one being piles of human ligaments. Even more concerning is the doctor's patient, who hung himself out to dry. Stumbling upon his suicide note, it reads that the monsters were coming out of his dreams. He dreaded to fall asleep because they would become reality.
Oh, help! Help! Help me!
I head back to Dr. Grant to report my
I
findings.
called into the shop of your patient. Unfortunately, he committed suicide.
Oh, I wish I could say I was surprised. Sorry for wasting your time.
I tell Dr. Grant it wasn't a total waste of
Found some
time,
evidence that shows
as I have some inkling where the monsters are coming
For what
from.
it's worth, Professor Westerbrook calls them Stygian harvesters. But what is it you found?
I explained to him that these Stygians seem to be coming from his dreams or his nightmares, manifesting as some kind of psychic phenomena. Apparently that patient isn't the only one. He asks me to go check up on a few others, so I head out to do a wellness check on the doctor's patient. I find the same slime trails as our last guy. I follow the trail when I suddenly have a vision. I follow the trail upstairs and I find more Stygians.
We?
After dispatching them, I continue my investigation, only to make a horrifying
Beasts
discovery.
crawled from the sunken basement at night and infected the family. After a short incubation period, they turned into monsters too.
Can it be true? Are these Stygians just citizens of Oakmount? I go to report my findings to Dr. Grant.
I checked the house of the diseased man, Bells. His family has turned into those creatures too.
Huh, fascinating. Did you discover the source of the contamination?
A creature emerged from their sunken basement and transformed them. I think its vomit is contagious.
I've got two.
He asks me to go visit two more patients before we notify the city officials. The first one is at a convenience store. Apparently it was being robbed when the robbers were attacked by some behemoth of a monster. Something feels off more than usual. Oh, what the fuck? Can I kill it? Fuck yeah. Fuck with your boy. Oh shit. Fuck with your boy. With the behemoth dispatch, I collect a sample and continue my investigation. How did something that big get in here? I find a sycophantic cult note and cult inscriptions in the basement walls.
Members of a cult were disposing of bodies in the basement of the shop. The corpses merged together to form a huge monstrosity.
The city is worse than I thought. Not only are the monsters coming out of dreams, but there's cults manifesting them into reality as well. I proceed to the location of the other patient of Dr. Grant's. As I'm fighting Stygians and investigating, I come to the realization of something I already knew. The police are not on my side. Bro, he shot me! I continue my investigation, following a blood trail that led into the cellar basement. I find a bathtub full of human body parts. When I stumble into the next room, I find our culprit. Good riddance. What was he doing with all these body parts? Feeding them to the citizens of Oakmount? As I ponder, I get a vision of what's truly going on here.
My esteemed patrons, presenting my latest delicacy. Don't be greedy. Don't hurry to me, please. You'll always be my most well-regarded clients.
Once again, I head back to Dr. Grant to report my findings. Telling him my findings and handing the sample from the shop, letting him know that a cult was manifesting bodies into that giant behemoth that was locked away in there.
This one formed from the corpses themselves. There was a putrid slime on everything. Maybe that's the cause of this unnatural rebirth.
I informed him that I checked on the restaurant owner who was his former patient. Turns out he was feeding the masses to these Stygians as esteemed guests. I tell him we should inform the public on the discoveries we've made. He tells me to be hasty, to not cause a mass hysteria.
Doesn't the city have enough problems already? I must insist you keep all this confidential.
I thought you wanted help.
And I will. But we must prepare our advice carefully, with scientific rigor. We cannot rush this, my friend.
I'll have to trust Dr. Grant. I go back to what Robert had me investigating. The Innsmouthers and why they stole the seal. They run the local fish market, so I talk to who's in charge, and I meet a charming lady.
I've heard that I can find an organization hereabouts that goes by the name of the EOD. Am I in the right place?
You sure are. I happen to be a representative of the EOD. Pleased to meet you. My name's Anna.
Charles Reed. Just a few questions, if I may.
Of course. Ask away, Charlie.
Charlie, a bit too familiar. After introductions are done, I get down to the brass tacks. What does the EOD do? Apparently, they're a non-profit charity, giving out food to the poor.
And many, many more things. Whatever needs doing. Anything to help the people, Charlie.
It's Charles, not Charlie.
But you're too sweet to be a Charles. Your adorable, rugged hangdog look just screams Charlie to me.
I asked to speak to higher leadership, but she said it isn't that easy. I have to perform something for the EOD first, before talking to anyone high up. I agree. She wants me to investigate that apparently, that the fish that they give away for free was tampered with, or at least attempted to be tampered with. Who did this and why is my job.
Business here.
Thing's dead as a doornail, but I don't see any wounds.
Just as I'm wondering how that is possible, I have a vision.
So first it ate the fish, and now it's dead. That's troubling.
Troubling indeed.
Still smells
Could someone be poisoning the local food supply? But why would they do that? I'm afraid my suspicion is correct, as I find a strange bottle on top of a pile of fishes.
That's a fancy-looking bottle. Looks like it was taken from a lab somewhere. There's some kind of powder left on the bottom. I better not touch it. Could be dangerous. A man broke into the fish storage, poisoned the fish with an unknown substance, then made a noise which alerted the guard, who chased him out. I sure did. Turns out our friend here wasn't here to rob the place. He came to poison the fish.
By the sea. you sure?
I was certain, but the only question I had was why. I head back to report my findings to Anna. This was no robbery, but someone trying to sabotage their kind efforts. She tells me to go take care of them, and I tell her I'm not a hitman, I'm a detective.
Fair enough.
I head to Oak Mountain University looking for Professor Westbrook, as he is the lead scientist on poisons and toxins in this area. Dr. Westbrook isn't on campus today. His assistant Samuel told me that he could help me identify the toxins if I give him a favor in exchange. Apparently, the research him and Mr. Westbrook have been conducting has resulted in those strange anomalies appearing all around his lab, and he wishes for me to clear them out.
So, if I do a little pest control. I'm glad this thing is dead. Why do they even keep it here?
After digging through some paperwork, I have some answers. He's been experimenting on these creatures, finding out that they don't need any internal organs to live, and he hungers for more to experiment on. Quite concerning. Not as concerning as what I discover soon after. After holding up my end of the deal, I make Samuel hold up his, and he gets the results back to me. Turns out the poison is ricin. But who would have ricin in this small fish water town? And the bigger question is, why would they use it to poison a charity giving away food?
Who's got access to where the poison's stored?
Only Professor Westerbrook has the key.
I have some questions for Professor Westerbrook. But first, I investigate his office. He didn't leave a key, so I made one. Not only did I find bottles with the same label, I find out someone else had the same idea as I.
This should be good enough to make a decent copy.
Who was that man in my premonition? I dig through the library's files, looking for anyone who was accomplice with Mr. Westerbrook, and I find Mr. Cavendish. I head to the Cavendish residence to ask him a few questions. Knowing my luck, I make a prediction. I'm guessing I'm gonna find him dead in here. I don't find Professor Cavendish, but I find a stroller. A dusty wedding ring,
Dust on it.
long
This ring has been
non-worn.
worn in a long
As I'm
time.
investigating, I get a premonition.
I loved you. I always loved you.
Way in a dark
After that, I find a note detailing the exact plans of when and how to poison the food shipment.
Stand our cause.
Cavendish is definitely our perp.
Blessed
The only question I have left is why.
leaving you, George.
George Cavendish had a wife named Anna. She had a baby. It was not his, but blessed by the sea and claimed by the EOD. And this caused their split.
What the fuck was that? When will these strange dreams cease? But before I could even ponder that, I'm awoken by none other than Cavendish himself. I cut to the chase, telling him I know he's been poisoning the EOD's fish supply, and I beckon him. Why would he do such a thing? Harm a charity? What kind of sick, evil man is he?
Making you angry? I'm only going to ask politely once. Then my gun will do the talking.
Fine. Yes, it was me.
He tells me Anne was his wife, and the EOD robbed him of her. First, she joined with the idea of the greater good and charity. Later, she came home pregnant. At first, he was over the moon, but when he found out it wasn't his, that it was blessed by the sea, whatever that means, he was distraught, and she left him over the fact he couldn't accept she was pregnant with a blessing.
Blessed by the sea. That it was demanded by the EOD. Doom take them! I couldn't stand it.
Oh, this should be fun. What's your good reason for poisoning innocent people? You know the EOD are feeding the hungry, don't you?
No, that's exactly the problem. They're not doing it out of charity. They do it to spread their influence and recruit new members.
And poisoning the fish would prevent this. How?
He tells me it would ruin the EOD's reputation, that if the fish they gave out for free killed its recipients, that no one would accept their charity, and no one would join their cause. I asked him what his next move was, and he says he must come up with a new plan, even more intricate, as they'll be on higher alert. And then he acts something that ticks me off.
But after reviewing all the facts I've presented to you, Mr. Reed, would you agree to help me?
No.
You're a madman, Cavendish. You're willing to let innocent people suffer and die just to get revenge on your ex-wife. No, this madness has to stop. And I'm gonna put an end to it right now.
Oh, no. You don't understand.
Oh.
Cut that out!
Come on, dude.
I head back to Anne to report my findings.
I found the poisoner and dealt with him. He won't be bothering you anymore.
She asks who it was, and I tell her it was her ex-husband, and she has a troublesome remark.
George Cavendish.
Well, that son of a rotten shark.
You're taking this remarkably well for a woman who just found out her ex-husband was a poisoner.
He's nobody to me.
All right.
Fed up with her response, I just ask for my reward to speak with their leaders. She grants me access, allowing me down to where they are.
There by the name of Maurice.
On my way over there, I stumble upon and greet Mr. Blackwood, the head of the Innsmouth thing. We exchange information, and then I head on my way, looking for Maurice. Little did I know, Anne had another surprise in store for me.
I fucking...
They ain't me! Run them hands up!
What a bastard! What a fucking bastard! I'm gonna go up there and shoot that bitch right now.
On my way back to Anne to enact my revenge, I'm stopped by a strange man telling me he knows information on the EOD and where the professor I'm in search for is located. But he won't give this information for free. First, I must do him a favor. It's me to find someone that can smuggle him out of this sinking city. I tell him I'll do my best, but he better hold up his end.
Alright, now get out of my way, because I have to shoot this chick. I'm going to shoot this chick. Where is she? She better be standing here. She knew. She knows. She fucking knew. She fucking knew. They're bastards. Your people are bastards.
Stop! He's already dead!
I report back to Mr. Throgmorton, letting him know that I now know that the EOD is in possession of the professor that was kidnapped from the expedition.
I knew there was something fishy at the EOD. The Jennifer's feeling in office.
Most of the EOD members I met were locals. And for what it's worth, the only Innsmouth who I spoke to was a nice guy. You ought to examine your prejudices.
Your people are bastards.
Are you calling me a bigot, Reed?
Well, I kind of hate them too.
Those who fan the flames of hatred always end up burnt in the end.
They killed my son for Kay's sake. I'll leave. I've heard enough from you.
Oh, Shotty.
What does the EOD want with the professor? What does Throgmorton and his expedition seek to discover? Will I be able to stop this city from sinking? And how does all this tie back into my delusions of madness? If you guys are looking forward to finding out, leave a like and subscribe down below. I've been Distinguished Giraffe, and remember to remain distinct.